Hello, viewers. It's Cynthia Michael from School Review, bringing you a new podcast for my subject called the Boruto Review. And like always, I wish you guys, I wish you guys all a happy holiday. So basically, for all you guys who don't celebrate Christmas, happy holiday. For all you guys that do, for everybody else that celebrate, celebrate Christmas, Merry Christmas. I hope you guys had a Merry Christmas. I hope anybody else who don't celebrate Christmas, have a happy Kwanzaa, and etc. And Hanukkah, etc. So whatever holiday you celebrate during this month, I hope everybody has a happy holiday. So anyway, I'm gonna speak very loudly, very clearly, and very slowly in case you don't understand me. Also, I'll try to do my best not to break your heart during this audio podcast recording as well, not to cause any audio feedback as well. And finally, if you're under 18, this audio podcast recording will change your adult language. Once again, if you're under 18, this audio podcast recording will change your adult language. If you're under 18, now if you're over 18, that means you have to watch this audio podcast recording. So anyway, with this and everything else out the way, let's get into the latest episode of Boruto. So basically, Karaki and Mochizuka was chasing after the Shinobi known as Kobain, who had the medicine that Mochizuka was trying to take back to his nation to help out all the poor folks that are being plagued by this pandemic because of the future of the land, the nation that Mochizuka comes from. Apparently, the rich can't afford life-saving medicine because of the future war puts a high price on life-saving medicine. So basically, they were chasing at him. And Mochizuka was telling Karate, if I would have told you guys about my situation, your friend Chozo wouldn't have got injured back there and whatnot. So basically, Clark said, "Don't worry, they're gonna be fine. They're gonna be fine." Anyway, meanwhile, Mishi figured out and carrying Chozo back to the carrying, helping Chojo to walk, and they was taking the time to get back to the hit leaf bed. Chojo was badly injured. Looks badly injured and whatnot. So anyway, when the morning time hit, Naruto. When the morning time hit, Naruto got more information about the situation that's going on in the land of Calm Seas, and basically pieced together the mystery that the six boys that got killed were also from the land of seeds, and basically figure out what the hell was going on. So basically, Shikamaru said that that King Seven is the closest one to the area. So basically they send a shinobi to tell T7 to go help out Shikadao's team. So anyway, we cut to see Misty finishing the escort mission of the cattles by himself. So basically, about time that Shinobi came, he told Michi that that Shikadao seen me help. So basically, Michi figured that that Shikadao team might be in trouble, and Boruto and Shirada went ahead to go see what's going on. Okay, after all, they did spot those ninjas who were trying to, they did spot those Kobain and his brother, Yuzumaru, a while ago and whatnot. So anyway, basically, Shikadao was taking a rest, and took a rest from carrying Chozo, and she's like, Chozo, at this rate, at this rate, Chozo can't, but like at this rate, Chozo might, like if if he can work at this rate, Chozo might, might it might get worse. So basically, Boruto and Sarada showed up, basically in nick of time, and and Shikadao told him told him the situation about Karaki with the client to get that medicine back. So anyway, meanwhile, Kawaki and Mobizuka finally caught up with the Shinobi Koban. So basically, Koban got to speak yes, we're from the same nation, all, but I only serve my client. So basically, that being the future lord. So basically, he's confirming to Mobizuka that no, you're not getting the medicine back. Yes, we're from the same nation, but I thought on the shinobi that follows my orders. So basically, Karaki got into a fight with Koben, and basically Koben used his jutsu, this type of genjutsu on Karaki, this fog genjutsu that caused him and Momozuka to see illusions, and also this fog jutsu also sucks out anything that has water in it. So basically, all the plants, and start to dry up. So start to affect Karaki and Momozuka. So basically, Momozuka was attacking using his solution jutsu to do using a demon women shuriken to attack Karaki with. So basically, Karaki figured maybe if I could spot where if I could spot, so basically, if the shuriken, if I could see where the shuriken where the shuriken came from, I can find his location. So basically, when Karaki got hit by the shuriken one time, but he was able to use a fire. So basically, he was able to dodge it and saw where the demon wind shuriken was coming from. Use a fire jutsu to crack the fog, and turns out that Koben was using Fred to control the path of his demon wind shuriken. So basically, with that, and Karaki was able to find Kobe and knock him out, and basically got the medicine back. So basically, it seems like the day was saved. So basically, Momosuke and Karaki got the medicine back. Seems like the day was saved. But Karaki was briefly unconscious, but he was able to pull his demon shuriken from the tree and try to cut down Karaki with it. But Momosuke took the hit instead and saving Karaki. So basically, Karaki was pissed off that was shocked to see that that Momosuke took the hit to save him and whatnot. So basically, Coleman was about to hit once again, tried to hit Karaki again with the shuriken, but Naruto showed up and basically used the Zenga to destroy Coleman being in the shuriken. So basically, and Shikadao used his shadow suggestion jutsu to catch to trap Koben. So basically, Koben is trapped in Shikadao's shadow suggestion jutsu. So basically, Momosuke told Karaki that can you do something for me? In his last words, that I want you to deliver the medicine to my sensei at the rendezvous point, and also to give him this money, that Momosuke had lost. He also wanted to get this this money to the sensei. That way he can use it to a good cause. So basically, in his last breath, in his last breath, Momozuka asked asked Karaki to do these things for him, and Karaki said, "Yes, I promise you." So basically, at the Momozuko pass and pass in his final moments, Kawaki, along with the help of Boruto and Chika, managed to help Kawaki get to the wonderful point and meet Momozuko's sensei. So basically, things seemed okay until a shinobi to hold a blade to Momozuko's sensei's neck and wanted the medicine. But Kawaki, being a smart dude, gave him an empty box and managed to take out the shinobi who had Momozuko Shinji catch it, with a blade holding to his neck. So basically, Kawaki told him about Momozuko sacrificing himself to for his medicine and whatnot, and also gave him the money that Momozuko had on him. So basically, hoping you use this medicine money to help out all the people in your nation, all the people in your nation. So basically, and that was that. And Momozuko Sensei just snuck back into it. Went on his way with the medicine money that Momozuko, sacrificed himself to sacrifice himself sacrifice himself for. So anyway, Shikadai said that we need to go now because we don't want to cause any more problems in the land of Calm Sea. So anyway, basically Kawaki felt bad that maybe if I were maybe I would have been a more a team player, maybe I would have Momozuko wouldn't have to die and whatnot. So basically Shikadai was like, I know you're burning yourself, but still sometimes things happen. And basically that's when Kawaki felt bad, and all of a sudden he passed out from his injuries that he sustained against Cobain, and basically Boruto and Shikadai had to take carry him back to the village and whatnot. So anyway, the next day, Boruto was having a conversation with his dad in the Hokage office about the whole situation in the land of Calm Sea. So basically, and Shikamaru just says we can't do anything about the death of Momozuko and his six comrades, but we can't really interfere with other nations' problems, but we can still offer them, but we can offer them some health relief. So basically, Shikamaru said that we can offer the land of Karsi some medical relief, help the people, help all the sick people, and battle being played with the epidemic and whatnot. So basically, that's the only thing we can do. Offer the people of Momozuko's nation some medical relief, but we can't do anything about the death of Momozuko and his six comrades. So anyway, Naruto asked how Chozo and Kawaki doing, and Boruto said that Chozo is doing fine, Sarada's with her, so basically Sarada's with Chozo, she's doing fine, about to go, she's like, and Kawaki's doing fine, I'm about to go see him right now. So basically, So basically, we see Sharada hanging out with Chojo. Chojo doing fine. She's eating like a horse and whatnot. And basically, we see Boruto visit Karaki. Karaki was still falling down after after the death of Momoshiki, at the death of Momozuko and whatnot. So anyway, Boruto brought Toraki to try to fill up, try to cheer up Karaki, but it seemed like it cheered up a little bit, but he still feeling down about the mission and about how Momozuko died and whatnot. So anyway, after Boruto left, after Karaki ate the teriyaki, Karaki snuck out of his hospital room, and basically, Shikadai was outside. He figured that, figured that he was going to sneak out of his room and whatnot. So basically, Shikadai took him to his grandfather's gravestone, and basically explained that sometimes that we will have to face we'll have to face life and death situations. Sometimes we lose comrades, sometimes we lose comrades, sometimes we lose clients. But that is a life of Shinobi. We live in that is one of the hurdles of being Shinobi. So basically, if you learn if you learn for your losses, it makes you will be better prepared for you'll be better prepared for it. So basically, Shikadai was trying to, it's Shinobi. Sometimes we have to deal with losses. Sometimes we have to deal with losses sometimes. So basically, breaking it down what his version of the Shinobi is and whatnot. So anyway, after talking to Shikadao, later when the sun was setting, Karaki felt like he kind of understood, took what Shikadao was telling him about the situation and whatnot. So anyway, Naruto showed up and basically Karaki said that I know I probably failed the mission, but I will do whatever it takes. I'll take whatever next whatever next test you want me to do. I'll do it. I promise you, I'll be the best. I'll be the best. I will work with others, and give it all my 106 effort. So basically, Naruto confirmed that I read the report that. I read the report about your mission, and so basically I decided that you passed. So basically, Karaki was kind of happy that he is a shinobi now and whatnot. So basically, Karaki, like Naruto, said that you show some good, you show great. So basically, what you learn a very important, you learn some very important lessons on your current mission. So therefore, so basically you passed and you're now a Guinea of the Hidden Leaf Village, a Guinea Shinobi of the Hidden Leaf Village. So anyway, Karaki said so basically was asking Naruto what's your definition of a Shinobi. So basically and Naruto told him that that is how you need to figure out for yourself. So basically, the episode ended with Karaki watching Naruto walk away, thinking what he said that he needs to figure out his own definition of a shinobi. He needs to figure out his own definition of a shinobi. So basically, he swore to figure out his own figure out his own meaning of the meaning of shinobi to him, and basically, and the episode ended with Karaki just watching from and watching from the platform and watching the sunset, watching the sunset, from the platform of the Henry Village, and that's how the episode ended. So anyway, this was a good episode. So basically, this was a good episode. Coffee's funny, Shinobi, basically was a good episode. Coffee learned some very important lessons and whatnot. So anyway, happy holidays, everybody, and sign off. 1,